Hey, it's Molly. Welcome
大家
back to
好
my YouTube channel as we take a look at the Taurus solar eclipse
金牛
happening
座
on
日
April
食
30th at 2:28 p.m. That is Mountain Time. Why is the
美西
chart
山区
in
时间
Calgary, Alberta? Because
4月
life is
30
unpredictable
2
right
点
now.
28
You
下
just
午
don't know what kind of chart I'm going to pull up onto your screen. But that's what
台
we're
北
working
时
with.
间
So let's
应
take
该
a
是
look
5月
at
1
what
号
this
早
chart
上
reveals.
5点28分
So here we have the new moon solar eclipse
新月
happening
日
at
食
10
发生在
degrees
这个角
of
度
Taurus, which is the point in your chart you want to locate, where you have this 10 degrees of Taurus with the sun and the moon conjunct, beginning a new
日
journey
月
together.
合
This
相
is the yin-yang,
阴
anima,
阳
animus, feminine, masculine energies in union, and
合
beginning a
一
new
开始
cycle
新
that
的
has
周
an
期
extra powerful
有
punch
额外的
because
力
it
量
is
的
a
冲
solar
击
eclipse.
因为它是
And
日
during
食
this time, your
这
intentions
段
are
期间你的意
powerful.
图很
They
强
have
大
more energy
有更
behind
多的
them.
能量在
And
背
in
后
Taurus, it's time to basically
金牛
plant
座
those
就是计划
intentions
那些
into the
意图
ground,
进入
ground them in,
落实
really make sure they're stable
确
and
认它
strong
稳定
and
且强大
firmly connected to
稳稳
what
的
you
连
love
接你
about
所
yourself,
爱对于
what
自
you've
己的爱
accepted about
你
who
所
you
接受
are.
你自
Make
己
sure
的
it is tied
是谁
into your new
并
sense
且
of
连接到
self-worth
你对自己
and
的
how
自我
you
价
want
值
to
的
build
感
and
觉
create a meaningful life
你
for
要
yourself
建立
right
更有
now,
意义的生活现
especially
在
after all of the
特
big
别经
changes
过
and
那么
everything
多
we've
的
been
大
through
改变
in
经
recent
历过
years.
的
This
这么多
is
年
a
这
Taurus
几
solar
年
eclipse that really highlights powerful new
金牛
beginnings,
座真的是
especially
展现
around
出
areas
新的
of your
开
life
始
that had a lot of change. Now, you'll see
就是
that
你
the
这
sun
几
and the
年
moon
的大改
are
变
conjunct Uranus at 14 degrees of Taurus. But what's really important here about this particular story is that Uranus was at 10 degrees of Taurus from July 2020 until February of this year, where it went back and forth, stationed retrograde here at 10 degrees. And when Uranus is moving through a part of your chart, it tears up the ground. It is chaotic, disruptive, where big changes happen in your life, maybe out of the blue. Maybe you were blindsided. Maybe
从
something happened, it just caught you off guard. You had
7
to
月到
adapt
现在
quickly. It threw off your sense of security,
有
what
些
you
的
knew
混
about your
乱
life. Uranus comes through, tears things up, and then
拆
asks
解
you
事
to look
情
at what are your values now,
现在
which is
就
the
来看
domain
看
of
自己的
Taurus.
价值是
What
什
do
么
you
这就
value
是
now
金牛
after
座
the
的
changes,
领
growth,
域
and experiences you've had that maybe were very disruptive, changed things
也许
around in
很
your
崩
life,
坏生活
and
有很大的改
created
变建立
something
了某
that
些
maybe you
东
didn't
西
see before.
也许
Meaning
你
you're
从所
starting
未
to see
见过
more
的你看得到
of what
更
truly
多
matters and what you
什么
truly
真正
need.
是有意
So
义
here
的
we have a
你所
solar
在乎
eclipse
的
traveling behind Uranus, and now it's calmer because Uranus is not going to come back to this point of your chart. Uranus is done tearing up this part of your world. Now the sun and the moon are asking you to plant new energies. Really take a look
现在是
at
新
what
的
you
能
need
量
to
过去的
stabilize your
崩坏
life.
已
Where do
经
you
结束
feel
了
energy that is peaceful or calming coming in?
现在
Yes,
会
they're
和
still
平
conjunct
的
Uranus, which is dynamic and can have a lot around it that's exciting, unexpected, unpredictable.
现在有一
But
些的
the
未知
degree
兴奋
point here
发生
is about really understanding what you need, what you're choosing that relates to your life,
你所
your
需
life's
要生命
ability
生
to grow
的
and
需要
develop.
的你的
Taurus
生
wants
活的
you
成
to connect
生
to
命
your
的成
world,
长
your physical world, your
你的
immediate
实体
world,
世
your body.
界你的
Take
身体
stock, take inventory, and look at what you need that supports
看
you.
看你所需要
And
是什么
where
来
you're
支持
ready to
你
make some new
你准备
beginnings
要开始新
and
的
some
开
fresh
始
starts
全
that
新的
are
开
true
始
for you,
对你
perhaps
是
even
真实
truer
的
than they've been for many years.
比过去还更加的
So we're
真
really
实
focusing on a new sense of stability here
我们真的
that
是
you're
在一个
actively claiming
看一个
and
稳
working
固
with. Now, the ruler
在
of this solar eclipse is
宣告
Venus.
并且
And she
努力的
has so much energy working with her in this chart that it's really special. It's really unique and different. So let's take a look at this because Venus is the ruler of Taurus. And so that makes her more prominent in this particular energy. But she's also being
金
raised up
星
and
是金牛
elevated
座的规
through
范
multiple
者，
energy sources right now. So look at how Venus at 27 degrees of Pisces, 55 minutes, is nearly exactly conjunct Jupiter in Pisces. This is an important conjunction
这是一个
that we
重
always
要
take note of
的
every
合
year.
相，
And now it's
每年
extra potent because Venus
更加的
is
重
the
要
ruler of the eclipse.
因为
She just had a conjunction
金
to
星
Neptune,
是
exact
金牛
conjunction.
座的
She's still in conjunction here. And this
规
means she's
范
still
者
feeling that very powerful Neptune and Pisces influence of being able to let things go, forgive,
现在
be
要让
complete,
事情
find
过去，
compassion, release,
宽
allow an
恕
ending to occur.
让一个
And then
周
she
期
has
的
that
结束，
conjunction to Jupiter, which
原
shows
谅
her what she's learned, how she's
并且
grown,
从
how
中
she's
学到什么，
spiritually
成长什么，
developed and
灵受
matured
灵性成
because
长
of
成
what
熟。
she has been through.
对于
Then
所
this
经历过
Venus
的
is also receiving a
金牛座
sextile
金
from
星
Pluto. Pluto
跟
is
冥
now
王星
retrograde
的
in
连
Capricorn at
结，
28 degrees. And this Pluto is where we now call in and call back our power. We call it
拿回
into
力
ourselves
量。
to sit with it, look at it, be discerning, alchemize what we need to
炼
work
金术。
through. Look at where
我们
there are parts of our energies
所
that
经历的
maybe we have put it too much out into the world, into other people.
我们也
And
许
now the Pluto retrograde brings it
给别人
in
太多，
so that you can really have a sense of authority and mastery over what is best for you now that
你
connects
现在要注
to
意对自己
your
最重要
own
的
growth, evolution,
有价值的
and ultimately
革
empowerment.
命
Because
强
that is
大
one of
力
the
量。
driving intentions of Pluto, is that it taps you into what you're learning, what's permanently changing in your life, and how you're using it to go forward with a higher
往
sense
前
of
走。
your own personal power.
个人力量，
Now, we're not done, because Venus
还有
is also
金星
has been connecting to the North Node
北
at 23 Taurus and the
节点
South Node at 23 of Scorpio. And they're still in play.
猎户座
They're still connecting with her
Scorpio
energy.
天蝎座，
So this Venus has so much
金星
support
有
here
很大的支持，
and is really the only personal planet that does. And she's highly elevated.
它很强
And so
大
what
的
this
被
means,
提
it means
升。
many things, but
有很
what
多的
is
意
standing
义
out is that Venus is
金星
relationships,
是关
love,
系、
how
爱
we receive, how
如何
we
接收
value ourselves and
如何
value
自我
others,
价值
our
并且
connections, how we share
赋予
and
别人
interact
价
with
值
others, how we show up and connect
我们如
with
何
all
连
energies
接
in our
所
lives
有
based
生活
on
中的能
what
量
is
基
valuable
于
to us.
对我们
She's
有
very
价值
strong in
的
Pisces, where she's exalted,
基础。
and she's sitting here with the rulers of Pisces. So I feel like she's being elevated. And it also feels like because it's there near the very end of the whole zodiac wheel, the zodiac wheel ends at 29 of Pisces. This Venus has been on a huge journey, especially since last November. Now, last November, we had the Taurus lunar eclipse at 27 degrees of Taurus. And then this Venus embarked on a very big retrograde where she had multiple conjunctions to Pluto. She met up with Mars, and she has been deeply reprogrammed. She feels very different about who she is, what she wants, what she needs, what she values. I feel like this Venus, since the last Taurus eclipse, November 19th, her energy has been so deeply reworked, and it was intense, challenging. There was a lot going on that maybe brought you into hidden places and other realms that were very uncomfortable. But she has come to understand so much. She has so much wisdom right now. And it feels like her energy, as she entered Pisces, her energy was drained out. Like the old energies, the debris, what she was carrying, what she was holding across multiple lifetimes has been drained out. This can certainly be relationships that you're realizing no longer are right for you. They don't resonate. They're not connecting. They're not the same frequency. These can be connections that you have with women, which is Venus, whether those are friendships, coworkers, sisters, family members. and you're feeling how much you've changed and shifted, especially if you've been doing your work. Now this Venus is becoming very enlightened. And that's the case when she had the exact conjunction in Neptune. But now her enlightenment is getting broader and bigger, but deeper and wiser. There's something here that's permanently changing in our relationships to ourselves that is then showing up in our relationships to others. And there's an elevation here, an enlightenment with Venus, a sense of she's owning more of who she is, what she needs, what she loves. But it comes from her God self, because she's in Pisces, and she's connecting with the rulers of Pisces. She's having big spiritual downloads around what really matters to her in this life, because part of the Pisces energy is how everything is impermanent. Everything is temporary. Think about what were you worried about, 2 weeks ago. Are you still concerned with that? Is it still the same energy? Because now this Venus is so deeply shifted and evolved into more of what she values, wants, and needs, that she has moved through a veil. And that's what it feels like here as she's moving through these connections to Neptune, Jupiter, and the favorable sextile from Pluto. She's moving through a really big veil here into a whole new world that she doesn't see yet, but she feels it. It's calling to her. Like she's being called forward into a new part of her life that is meant to truly show her more about a bigger sense of love, and that's the Jupiter expansion. This is, of course, very strong divine feminine energy within all of us, regardless of your gender or sex. But it's opening you up to maybe more of what you love and accept in yourself that previous relationships didn't honor, didn't see, because you didn't see it. So it's certainly not about the lower Pisces energies of blame or victim energy or self-pity. This is a higher consciousness understanding of here I am in my human body on this big journey, and now I've been through enough, especially in relationships, that have changed me, shifted me, evolved me, and now there's this energy of really getting into unconditionally loving yourself, accepting your warts and scars and bumps and bruises and everything that just connects to your sense of feeling in love with yourself, and then that is the energy that goes out into your aura, and then that then attracts and brings in different kinds of people at different frequency levels. It is that big relationship changes. This would be big relationship endings where you just don't have anything in common. The past is over. You're not sure what you would, even talk about with certain people. Like that can be part of this energy where you could feel like there's a void between you and another. But what this also is showing you is how you could even feel this higher spiritual understanding of what all those relationships have been about. And part of the Pisces gift, we have these 4 planets in Pisces, is to see everyone as a spiritual teacher. And what have they taught you? What have you learned through those connections, through those relationships, through those friendships? Again, family relationships, colleagues, acquaintances, on and on, right? This is something where Venus is going to really get into more of what it means to travel with a higher sense of her own self-love and what that means for her going forward. And it means that this former Venus retrograde in Capricorn, where she had multiple conjunctions to Pluto, she had 3 conjunctions to Pluto, it's what transformed her deeply